gentlemen, please welcome our first speaker, Eric Pittman, Captain Scrapp's Personal Growth Seminar. Eric Pittman, Captain Scrapp's Personal Growth Seminar.
Avast me mateys, fellow toastmasters, honored judges, other pirates, you know who you are. I'm Captain Scrappy, captain of the scurvy barnacle. I've been sailing these 49 seas for nigh on 50 years now. For those of you without an abacus, that means I've been around the world 7 times. 7 times. This year's we meet, Snappy. Snappy's a wonderful parrot. He's a Norwegian blue. He may take a rest. He gives me a nip in the ear if he hears a falsehood. It's a wonderful gift to have if you're on board a pirate ship, because sometimes when you're dealing with pirates, you can never be sure if you can trust your buccaneers. Now, sometimes people look at me and they say, "What kind of a pirate be I? You've got no sword." But what they don't know is that I have a pen. And it's with these pen that I've written down some black pearls of wisdom for you. And I'm here today to tell you how to get life's greatest treasure. Now, it could be on a Caribbean island. It could be buried at the base of some tall cliffs in Tortuga. Or it could be on a galleon sunken deep in the ocean. But we'll be getting to that. Now, one of the main things that you want to know, especially if you're in business, is the golden rule. If you see gold, grab it. Because you're going to need it. It'll come in useful. Even if it's fool's gold. If you see a fool's gold, grab it too. If you're quick enough, you won't even know it's gone. Another important rule is, never argue with an idiot. Because people who are watching do not know the difference. Very true. He's going to take a little rest. Stay there. He's very well behaved. Just take a break. Now here's a rule that was taught to me by my friend Upchuck Charlie. Never swim after a mermaid if you don't know how to swim. 1 week after drinking all the beer on the island, Upchuck Charlie decided to take on the Spanish Armada. So off he went in his rowboat with his pistol, and he got within shooting distance of the Armada, and he fired off his shot. Right at that moment, 29 galleons turned and blasted him out of the water. Now, if he'd have known how to swim, he could have swum back to shore, got himself another pistol, got himself another boat, and gone back for another shot. But he didn't. He put up a little fuss out there, but pretty darn soon he'd married a mermaid down in Davy Jones's lawn. And he stays there now. Now, I've been with pirates all my life. And pirates can handle most kinds of ships. They can handle tall ships, small ships, big ships, jib ships. Don't matter. The only thing they can't handle is a relationship. And you know why? Because pirates are a scurvy lot. They never have a bath. They eat raw fish for breakfast. They live all together in one little boat. Why, pirates are so dirty, when they sweat, they got mud puddles under their arms. It's an awful way to be. Pirates are tough. Well, one time I met Captain Hook. He was in a bar. And I came up to Captain Hook and I noticed he's got one leg, and he's got one hook, and he's got one eye. I said, "Captain, what happened to your leg? Tell me what happened. Why did you got the peg leg?" And he says, "Oh, I lost it in a fight with a Spanish ship. Cannonball blew my leg clean off." I said, "Captain, that must have hurt." Says I, "But not so much as when I had my hand chopped off in a sword fight." So, "Oh, that must have been a bad one." "Yes, but not so bad as when I lost my eye." I said, "Captain, how did you lose your eye?" "Oh," he said, "that was the worst of all. A seagull pooped in it." I said, "Captain, you can't lose your eye from a seagull pooping in it." He said, "It was the first day I got my hook." Now sometimes when I'm in the bars, going shore, I look at the ladies, and they'll be sitting behind their drink, and they'll be saying, oh, this drink is half full. Others will be saying, oh, this drink is half empty. And I come up to them and I say, can I drink that? Most of the time I get it. It's all in the attitude and the way that you ask it. It's a very important thing to do. So, along with some of the other advice that I've got to give you today, one of the most important things is, before you criticize a man, make sure that you've sailed a mile in his boat. This is very important. The reason for that is because then, when you do criticize him, you're a mile away and you've got his boat. You're standing there on the shore and he's throwing rocks at you. If he's a mile away. But if he ever does meet you, the thing to remember, that there is no awkward silence that cannot be broken by cannon fire. Just let him up and blast away. You'll win almost every argument. They hardly ever come back for more. But now here is the most valuable piece of information I can give you. This is what you find. This is how you find life's greatest treasure. There's always two ways to do it. Now I know some of you know how to steal. If you're a stealthy crook, you can steal almost anything you want. And I can tell just by looking at your eyes that some of you are very proficient. But I don't think there's anybody here that I've cast my ballot for. So you're probably all just amateurs. So you can steal your gold and stash it away and build up a store of it. But the better way to do it is to grow it. And how do you grow your treasure? What you do is you come upon your mates and the people that surround you. You give them a kind word or a good deed. And it's like putting gold in their soul. And you do this every once in a while, every chance you get. You give them another kind word. It's like putting gold right inside them. Pretty soon you've got people walking around you with a good soul of gold. And then before you know it, they start passing out little bits of gold. Before your life is done, you'll be surrounded by people generous and kind and loving, passing out little bits of treasure. And that, my friends, is how you find life's greatest treasure. Thank you.